Today's article focuses on the following quote: "Gods don't kill people. People with gods kill people." Tilda Anonymous.
Welcome to Quotable Skeptic, where we delve into the depths of thought-provoking quotes that challenge the status quo. I'm your host, navigating the intricate realms of skepticism and reason. Today, our focus is on a powerful quote: "Gods don't kill people. People with gods kill people." This anonymous insight serves as a beacon, shedding light on the complex relationship between religious beliefs and human actions. Join me as we unravel the unsettling nexus in our featured article, The Unsettling Nexus. When gods become tools of mortal wrath, from the atheist standpoint, we explore the profound concerns surrounding the potential dangers of fervent faith turning into a catalyst for violence and conflict. We dissect the essence of the quote, examining the role of human interpretation in the often contentious intersection of religion and violence. Stay tuned as we navigate historical and contemporary examples, discussing how religious beliefs have been weaponized to legitimize atrocities. This anonymous quote becomes a rallying cry in the corridors of atheistic discourse, urging us to critically examine the influence of faith on human behavior. Quotable Skeptic invites you to join the conversation, challenging traditional perspectives and fostering a nuanced understanding of the impact of religious beliefs on our world. Remember, it's not the divine that poses a threat, but the interpretations and actions of those who wield religious authority. Subscribe, engage, and let's embark on a journey of critical thinking together. This is a Quotable Skeptic, questioning beliefs one quote at a time. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more thought-provoking content. Let the exploration begin.
Title: The Unsettling Nexus: When Gods Become Tools of Mortal Wrath. In the intricate landscape of religious critique, the anonymous quote, "Gods don't kill people. People with gods kill people," serves as a provocative beacon, shining light on the often contentious relationship between religious beliefs and the actions of their adherents. From the perspective of atheism, this quote encapsulates a profound concern about the potential dangers that can arise when fervent faith becomes a catalyst for violence and conflict. The essence of the quote lies in its observation that gods, as abstract entities, do not wield weapons or inflict harm upon humanity. Instead, the source of danger emerges when individuals, acting in the name of their chosen deities, become the agents of violence. From the atheist standpoint, this succinct maxim becomes a poignant reminder that the true peril lies not in the divine, but in the interpretation and execution of religious doctrines by fallible human beings. The atheist perspective, articulated through the lens of this quote, contends that gods themselves are not inherently malevolent or benevolent. Rather, they are subjective constructs shaped by human interpretations. The danger surfaces when individuals driven by dogma or manipulated by authority figures harness the supposed divine authority to justify acts of violence, discrimination, or oppression. The critique becomes especially relevant in the face of historical and contemporary examples where religious beliefs have been used to legitimize atrocities. From holy wars to acts of terrorism, the quote serves as a stark reminder that the invocation of gods can be a potent and at times perilous instrument in the hands of those seeking to further their own agendas. In the annals of atheistic discourse, the quote becomes a rallying cry against the potential for religious doctrines to be weaponized. It underscores the need for critical examination and skepticism regarding the influence of faith on human behavior. Atheists argue that the responsibility for violence committed in the name of gods ultimately rests with the individuals who, driven by fervent belief or manipulated by others, wield divine authority as a license for harm. This perspective does not dismiss the personal solace and moral guidance that some find in their religious beliefs. Instead, It calls for a nuanced understanding that acknowledges the potential dangers inherent in the intersection of faith and human action. Gods, as the quote implies, remain passive entities in the face of conflict. It is the interpretations and actions of their followers that shape the impact of religious beliefs on the world stage. In conclusion, the anonymous quote reverberates through the corridors of atheistic discourse, emphasizing the critical need to examine the role of religious beliefs in influencing human behavior. From the atheist perspective, it is a call for vigilance against the potential dangers that arise when gods become tools in the hands of those seeking to justify violence, underscoring the importance of scrutinizing the actions of individuals rather than blaming the divine for the sins of mortals.
Key insights from the Unsettling Nexus, when gods become tools of mortal wrath. 1. Religious doctrines as potential catalysts for violence. The article explores the unsettling nexus between religious beliefs and acts of violence, highlighting the concern that fervent faith can become a catalyst for conflict. The central quote, "Gods don't kill people. People with gods kill people," encapsulates the idea that gods themselves are not inherently violent. Rather, the danger arises when individuals act in the name of their chosen deities. 2. Subjectivity of gods and interpretation of religious constructs. From an atheist perspective, the article emphasizes that gods are subjective constructs shaped by human interpretations. It argues that the potential peril lies not in the divine entities themselves, but in the interpretation and execution of religious doctrines by fallible human beings. This insight prompts a critical examination of the subjective nature of gods and the potential for diverse interpretations. 3. Historical and contemporary examples of religious atrocities. The critique becomes particularly relevant when examining historical and contemporary instances where religious beliefs have been invoked to legitimize atrocities. The article cites examples ranging from holy wars to acts of terrorism, serving as a stark reminder of the potent and sometimes perilous instrument that the invocation of gods can be in the hands of those seeking to advance their agendas. 4. Responsibility for violence lies with individuals, not the divine. In the context of atheistic discourse, the article argues that the responsibility for violence committed in the name of gods ultimately rests with individuals. Whether driven by fervent belief or manipulated by others, individuals become the agents of violence. The perspective calls for critical examination and skepticism regarding the influence of faith on human behavior, attributing accountability to human actions rather than blaming the divine. 5. Nuanced understanding of the intersection of faith and human action. The article concludes by advocating for a nuanced understanding of the intersection of faith and human action. It acknowledges the personal solace and moral guidance some find in their religious beliefs, but underscores the need for vigilance against potential dangers. Gods, according to the article, remain passive entities in the face of conflict. It is the interpretations and actions of their followers that shape the impact of religious beliefs on the world stage. This insight encourages a balanced and nuanced perspective when evaluating the influence of faith on human behavior.